The cool deep waters of the Marlborough Sounds are home to schools of huge shimmering king salmon. These majestic fish are raised by the New Zealand King Salmon Company in floating salmon farms. Full of flavour, taste and packed full of omega-3, king salmon is the best salmon you'll find anywhere in the world. I'm catching a boat from Picton to visit a floating salmon farm. It's an absolutely beautiful day here in Picton. I can't wait to get out in the Sounds and go and see some of these beautiful salmon.
Morning, Nick.
Hey, mate. How are you?
Welcome aboard.
Thank you. Water taxis are the way to go for getting around. I reckon the Marlborough Sounds is one of my all-time favourite places to soak up the tranquility and recharge. 30 minutes later and we're here. Hey, mate.
Hey, Nick. How you getting on, man?
Good, good.
Yeah. Welcome aboard, I'll give you that.
Charlie Park raised salmon in his native Scotland. Now he does it on the other side of the world. Computers monitor everything from water quality to food.
So one of the great things about working out here and doing this job is being able to work in such an amazing spot. Like,
oh, it's unbelievable, isn't it?
It's absolutely stunning. I mean, it's great for the salmon and great for us, you know,
Yeah.
really good place to work. And all the guys love it as well, you know, they're divers, they're hunters, they're fishermen.
Yeah.
So it's really important for us to make sure we're really environmentally responsible and making sure that we're just respecting the environment. You know, it's a huge social licence we've been given to farm our fish here, and it's really important we respect that.
The salmon eggs are raised in the clear mountain water of Takaka and then transported to the Sounds to grow. The fish are raised in different pens, gently buffeted by swift currents that run along the deep Tory Channel until they're old enough to be harvested.
So this pen here is the biggest one we've got on the farm. About 4.5 kgs, these fish here. So we'll be harvesting these guys next week.
Mate, look at them, they're huge. They're ready to go on the plate.
Yeah, hopefully the customers will be happy too.
Oh, look at that one.
Yeah, this is one of the medium-sized ones, one of the smaller type ones. So what we do regularly to make sure our fish are in as best possible condition, we'll pull some out, and obviously we'll dispatch them and make sure we'll send them for analysis, look at all the internal organs, making sure the fish in our stocks are as healthy as possible.
They're stunning. Look how clear the eyes are.
Yeah, that's what you guys really look for in fish, isn't it?
Yeah.
To see how fresh it is. So no scale loss, the fins look in good condition. So if they all turn out like that and we give them a few more months, we should have another great price to provide for you.
Well, I think while I've got this one, I'm going to name it Dinner.
Dinner, yeah.
King salmon products go all over the world. Japan, Asia, Europe and North America.
This is the Ora King, this is the best in breed, so this is our premium product here with the individual gill tags.
Oh, I know this one very well. I use this quite often in my restaurants.
Yeah, no, everyone's really popular. But we also do a whole range of other products. All the different local or New Zealand flavours, you know, Manuka smoked, these sorts of unique to New Zealand and uniquely farmed product. So yeah, these guys will produce these ones and then send them out from there to the customers.
Well, we appreciate your hard work and I'm really looking forward to cooking this.
Awesome.
After seeing so many salmon, I finally got my hands on some and we're going to make a few simple, beautiful dishes. What I'm going to do first is my version of ramen noodles. Really simply, we're going to make sure your water is boiling. We're going to pop our ramen noodles in. I've got a pan, I've got it on a medium heat, and then I'm going to chop my garlic and my shallots. Always remember, when chopping garlic, you want to have it nice and fresh. Nice, clean slices so you don't bruise it and bring any of that bitterness that you don't want in your dish. Now, I always start my garlic and chili off in a cold pan. And the reason that I do that is I want the garlic to have some of the moisture come out of it, so it's not going to go brown and it's not going to go black straight away. We want it to cook a little bit and caramelize nicely. Going to throw a pinch of sea salt in there. I'm also going to give my noodles a little bit of a stir. And then we're going to get onto our salmon. So you can see the piece of salmon that I've got here is a beautiful part of the belly, and all of these natural fatty lines through there. It's an incredible marbling. That's just going to melt in my mouth. So I just want to cut them into cubes, roughly about 1 centimetre squared. I'm just going to add a splash of kikkoman soy sauce and mirin, just to add a little bit of saline and a little bit of sweetness to it. We're just going to give it our noodles another stir. And what happens when you cook them al dente is they quite often absorb all of your beautiful sauces. So a really good tip is to put some of your pasta water back into your dish, maybe a tablespoon or two, and that will just help it to absorb the little bit of pasta water. To garnish our dish, I've just got some nori seaweed sheets. I'm going to cut them into small squares, and then using a sharp knife, I'm just going to chiffonade them really thin, as thin as you can go. until they're paper like threads. So I've strained them off. We're going to put them into our pan. And you remember that we've just got fat in this pan. We've got a little bit of butter, a little bit of olive oil. So what happens when I add a tiny bit of water to this, probably 2 tablespoons, and swirl it around, it's in fact becoming an emulsion sauce. Really beautiful on your palate. It smells delicious. And we're in fact ready to plate up. So I can see the salmon is beautiful and shiny. On it goes. Oh, I can smell it. This is going to be good. And finally, we're just going to garnish it with our shredded nori seaweed. So now I'm going to cook another spectacular salmon dish. The most critical part of this dish is that we want to start with our salmon at room temperature. This is so important. I'm going to make a salmon en papillotes. Salmon cooked in a bag. Slice an onion and soften with olive oil. Add a sliced shallot, broccolini, and sliced baby fennel. Add a pinch of saffron and a few cherry tomatoes. Season and toss. Soften for 2 minutes. Add lemon juice. Make sure salmon is at room temperature. Then place on greaseproof paper. Season. Pour vegetables on top. Fold in half. Finally fold edges so no air escapes. Press firmly and fold end under. Place on barbecue or oven for 7 to 8 minutes. Open carefully. And that smells absolutely divine. Let me know what you think.
Smells beautiful. Oh, it's beautiful and fresh. Yep. Really, really good. Best meal I've had in Marlborough Sounds.
Wow, that's a big call.
I've had a few, but this is the best, without a doubt.
Thanks for having me.
No worries, thanks for coming along. You can come again.